your alignment in charge of keeping the lights on. You go.
Have me by your side when the sun sets. Let's leave for an eternity. We'll sail across the lights beyond the sky. I'll be with you eternally. I'm an addict for your love that keeps me
one light like this.
When my husband died unexpectedly,
Driving cold for so long. One touch and we're igniting, setting fire to it all. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think that we can stop it now, 'cause baby our love is gonna burn. Won't you make up your mind? 'Cause I'm getting tired of overthinking every move you make. And I can help you decide who you're loving now, and how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go. I try to tell myself this isn't love, and I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Whoa, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time to light your fires for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Let you down, but you get up. They let you drown, but you don't stop. You show you're a phoenix.
There is nobody in the room who's a better gift giver than me. But you know,
Самолет несет меня, будто в кулаке зажав великан. В иллюминаторе земля. Самолет несет меня, большой стальной великан. В иллюминаторе земля.
Welcome everyone. We have a good race here for you in just a moment's time. We have the Tier 4 Sprint Monza Italian Grand Prix. We have a sprint weekend, so we'll have the sprint qualifying, and the sprint, and then the actual qualifying, and then the actual race in succession. This will be a good one. Stay tuned. We got 14 drivers expecting 15. And it looks like Ash would be the first one out onto the track. Oh, keep an eye on the laps they do. However, looks like Ash will be the first person out onto the track. Here we are at the Monza, the Temple of Speed. This track is brilliant, and I hope we get a brilliant race to go along with it. Now let's take a little look at the track as we look at Ash's first lap when he comes around to get to that point. Anyways, after Bahrain, these are the most up-to-date standings I can get, so they're not completely up-to-date, but they are the closest thing we can get. There's 2 points between Tuesday and Schismer. So those are two championship rivals, so that is what we'll be looking at. Anyways, let's look here as we go down to the Parabolica. How many viewers we got right now? 0. Whatever. Anyways, Attribute will be the first one to get around to the line, so we'll take a look at the lap here with you. Now, it's a lot of DRS he's burning here, but it's a long run down to turn 1, especially in the start of the session when you get to the races. It could be a chaotic one at this tightening chicane here. This really quick one, it's not even that bad, but then it's the Curva Grande. This is pretty easy, flat out right-handed. He has used a lot of ERS, and I think a little bit too much. Way too much already. You could definitely say, yeah, and he's still using ERS, so this ERS is not really good, but in the Lesmos, he's quick, almost 90-degree right-hand. It's really rounded, though. This one's not 90-degree. But those two corners, they're a little bit tricky, but not that too hard. Now we go down towards the Ascari chicane. This one, personally, I think this is one of the hardest. This is the hardest corner on the track. And yeah, look at that. You've been validated. You try to cut as much as you could out of it. So we'll look at Brick Brown. Can he do a little bit better? He does not invalidate. And see, that was pretty good. That was very nice. And he is on the good ERS strat here. And this is unfortunate if you invalidate at the Ascari chicane because, well, suddenly you don't have enough ERS for your next lap. So you're a little cooked, a little screwed. Anyways, let's see what Brick Brown can do up to the line, and it'll be a 119.573. Let's look behind now. We got Feed Me Scotch, and he goes nearly 4/10 slower than that one. Up behind, we got MJW going third, 1.3 seconds off of that one. And it's Schismer, I think, is leading the championship. As what have we got up to date? Pigeon in the Red Bull goes up to provisional pole for the sprint, of course. Tornado Thunder goes 5th. Next up, what we got here? Brian DeBruce just starting a lap right now. We got Risers now doing his lap and coming around here. Very carbon fiber livery for the McLaren. Even a carbon fiber helmet just to match that as well. But anyways, Risers will be up to the line, and Risers will go P6, 1.3 seconds off that one. Next up, we got Ted, who's invalidated his lap time, and I think is coming into the pits here. Yeah, definitely. Who's up next? It's Ash again. And is he going to be in the pit lane? Or is this a go lap? No, it's going to be in the pits instead. Alright, what we got? We got pitter patters on our lap. I'm trying to look. Who's someone who was going out? Oh, T-Doc has invalidated his lap, so think he will be starting one right now if he's not in the pits. No, yep, he's burning, so he's going to be starting this one. Starting this one up loud and proud. Here we go. Give me a good lap. Give me a good lap. Give me the best thing you got, boy. Brian DeBruce hasn't validated on his lap, so... Well, this is what we're going to be looking at. T-Doc, I think, is the next person up to the line. Where's Ted, actually? No, Ted is not on a lap. So, yeah, T-Doc. Let's see as he goes into the Del Raja chicane. You know, it was a little slow, but you know what? It was good. Good effort. Good effort. Nice. Now you go through into the Lesmo corners, trying to throw it in as much as you can. He's burning a little bit for momentum, then get it in nicely. That was pretty good there in the second Lesmo corner. Now he's going to get a nice toe from the Haas ahead of, I think that's Feed Me Scotch, or, yeah, it is Feed Me Scotch. And going into the Escar chicane, he's going to have to hope they get out of his way, because this is dirty air right here. And he's still getting a big toe here. He's going to actually have to go through the middle of these drivers, but he did get a nice toe there, so T-Dog could be on for a good one here. However, the corners did look just a little bit slow. Now going through the Parabolica, nicely done. He is on the medium, so you know you do want to keep it a little bit careful for your banker. You want to really get the lap in. And what will it be for T-Dog? It'll be P8, and last of those who have set a lap. Ted will be in the pit lane. Pitter Patterson validated his lap. Tuesday has not, and this is one of your championship contenders here. One of the two championship contenders that was almost in validation, but it wasn't, strangely, and it's going to be third. 3/10 off, and a nice effort there. Brian DeBruce in the background there can go P10 and last of the runners who have set laps. Now let's look at Pitter Patter, who was validated his last time and will be in the pit lane. Here's I'm Dr. B. Throwing it into Parabolica, nice through there, and then burning the rest. Burn, baby, burn, all the way up to the line. What will it be for I'm Dr. B in here at Monza in the Mercedes? And it's P4, nicely done. And look how close it is from third down to fifth. For those three drivers, it's pretty close there. Good running so far. Ash coming out again for a outlap, an early outlap. And an early final run, unless he is going for two runs there. Now let's see how Ash does. Because we'll go again, another lap as we... Oh, yep, we do get someone in here. But now going down the run in turn one, of course, long break. It's a long braking zone as you go into the chicane, and you got to really prepare yourself for it. Because it comes up on you quick, and then you get through that one nicely. And see, you're out of it, and you're like, ooh, that's good. But then you have another chicane coming up. It's the Del Raja chicane. Turns 4 and 5. Getting nicely on the brakes and try to cut over the curves as much as you can, but the sausage curves kind of do hold you up a little bit, but he's done that nicely done. Now into the Lesmos. Brake quickly, keep as tight as you can, and then wash yourself wide, and then come back before that grass hits. Then you got to throw yourself through this corner as much as you can, get on the power quickly, and then now you're down towards the Ascari chicane. The second DRS zone on this circuit, and the shortest of the two. Now he's got that one, Ascari chicane, nicely done this time around, and now it's down to Parabolica. This is a long straight here, kind of just waiting. There's no DRS here. I wish there was, but I mean, that would kind of enhance DRS trains just a little bit, but it would cause a bit more chaos, you'd think. And now you got to burn the rest of it. But does Ash have enough? You should start burning by now. Usually you have enough to burn all the way to the end, but Ash doesn't. It's going to be P6, and within a second of the fastest time. Nicely done for Ash. And crucially, Tuesday is ahead of his championship rival, Shizmer, who's actually coming around the final corner now. So let's see what we're going to do. And it's P7. And Mason, you don't think you're going to make it for the sprint? Well, you better make it for the sprint, otherwise I'm going to get you. Hey, you don't have to qualify for it. No, this is Samso. Not Souls. What are you talking about, dude? Me and Souls do not sound similar. Man, seriously? Can't believe you did. Anyways, here's Feed Me Scotch going for a lap now. Ooh, Brick Brown goes up to provisional pole by 8/10 with a 1:18.6. Nicely done for Brick Brown to set that lap time. And, well, it's a big margin as well. So I mean, very nice actually. Anyways, here's Feed Me Scotch now going through the Lesmos 1 and 2, throwing it in, nicely done there. A little bit not as wise as you might want to actually make that. You want to use all the track you can there to get all the momentum you can down to this next straight. And now you break. A little bit wider than you want there. And these drivers rushing to get out the way here without holding anyone up. But now they go down towards Parabolica. Turns 11 on this circuit. Feed Me Scotch, you got a little bit of a toe there, but it might not have been a little bit far in this game, and you don't get the huge toe. But look at that. This is actually a good toe. Up to the line for Feed Me Scotch, and it's only 200th improvement, and not enough for anything big. Here's some Shizmer starting a lap time right now. What about Ted? Ted is still invalidating a lap, and he's still burning. So, I don't know why you'd burn. Does he not realize he's invalidated his lap? That's a little bit silly. MJW goes up to P10. I think that'll be it for his laps if we can get this caution out of here. Yeah, no, there's no way he's making for another one. Dr. B will make it to the line in time. What else we got? Kind of look. Who's on laps that we can look at? We got Pigeon. Pigeon's actually finished one. He's gone. He hasn't gotten pullback, but he's within a tenth of it. And it's really close to the top there. Really close. Pitter Patter was up to P3. Tuesday's on a lap now. I'm trying to look. What can we find that's interesting? This is Risers. He's down, though, on his time. So, and Sector 3 is not a big one. So what will it be for Risers? Up to the line, it's only P10. And so that is it for qualifying. No more laps. Let's see what these drivers do. T-Doc up to the line. It's only P12. Next up, we got someone else. Came up to the line. It's Shizmer. He goes up to P3. So that was nicely done there. I'm Dr. B. No, we got Brian DeBruce. Brian DeBruce has invalidated his last lap time, so he won't be able to go any further in this qualifying session. We got Pitter Patter is coming into the pit lane. Next up, we got the two Alpines. Ted is done. MJW is done as well, obviously. So next up, the only one one of the only ones left is Tuesday. This is a crucial one. Can Tuesday, one of the two championship rivals, do good? He beats his championship rival up to third place. There's a Alpine there who has crashed after the line. Next up, it's I'm Dr. B. Can I'm Dr. B do anything good? Can the doctor heal my disease or something? I don't know, but can he do anything good in SQ1? No, nothing. Not enough for any improvement. And Tornado Thunder, not enough for any improvement there either. And someone else has hit that Alpine. And here's Risers, who's not going to be going for a lap. So it's Brick Brown on pole position, ahead of Pigeon, ahead of Tuesday, Shizmer, and Pitter Patter for your top 5 in sprint qualifying. And that is nicely done. And Risers is pulling into pit lane because he's a boring little boy. And we get to see this Alpine of MJW stranded and dead. You made it in. Nice. I don't think you'll get into the sprint, but you might get put in a random car, so your points will just have to go for someone. So, Brick Brown is on pole position for the sprint, ahead of Pigeon, ahead of Tuesday, ahead of Shizmer, Pitter Patter. Then it's I'm Dr. B, Femi Scotch, Ash, Tornado Thunder, and Risers. Then it's MJW, T-Doc, Brian DeBruce, Ted, ZDG Panda, Elgin Cheeto, and then we got Mason, who did not. Actually, no, Mason is there. Nice. Anyways, Well, let's look at the sprint here. It's obviously 9 lap, um, 9 lap quick race. 16 drivers on the grid to bring us the action here. Now let's see what we got here. It's either mediums or hards. The hard tires are going to be better, midway through the sprint. The tire wear is huge at Monza because of how much stress goes on the tires through the fast corners of this racetrack. And the high speed you take them, you just really kill your tires in a way. So yeah, no, it is huge. Um, so Oh, well, anyways, I wasn't paying attention, but here we go. 5 red lights, and for the sprint in Monza, it's go time! Brick Brown gets a good start, but doesn't matter because Pigeon got even a better one. Pigeon's already ahead of him, and we got a lot of action as drivers swarm around 2 wide, mostly 3 wide at the back. But now as they go into turn 1, that's a McLaren of Tuesday, off and across the circuit. He's going to have to go across the run-up zone. But now Pigeon has a crazy lead over Brick Brown. There's another bit of pile-up at the back, but oh no, it's just Tuesday who's gotten a tennis for corner cutting, but now they back, but he's going to get that removed. But here comes Pitter Patter now, who's got wing damage fighting him past. Now, Shizmer's going for it on Brick Brown, but he's not able to get it. Look at the lead for those top 3. Now, as they go into the second chicane, there's going to be a spin for Feed Me Scotch as he tries to go on the inside. There's Rises going across the corner. And now, as they come across, Rice after they come across, he's going to not get a penalty. But now, that's one of the Ferraris, 2 of the Ferraris making contact with each other. And now, going into the wall for Tornado Thunder almost, but he goes into the gravel instead. Now, we look up at the front. There's going to be a lot of battling here as MJW and T-Doc. MJW gets past the Williams as they go down to the Ascari chicane. That is your grid there. Going past it's Mercedes 4-5 and the Red Bulls 1 and 3. And Pigeon got the greatest launch you've ever seen against Brick Brown. And now he's got a huge lead as well. He's already broken the DRS threat. Now here comes Tuesday on Pitter Patter. He can definitely get that penalty removed because he didn't do much. He actually waited and he lost positions out of it. But now let's look here. They'll be going down the front straight towards turn 1. I told you it can be a chaotic turn 1 sometimes. And well, it was. So now at the back, it's actually single file mostly as the field is separated. But now, oh no, that's Brick Brown and Shizmer cut the corner. Shizmer cut the corner, and now he's got a tennis as well, but he can get that removed, obviously, because he let them back through. But now, did they try to fight, and it all went wrong, or has something else happened? Whatever it was, it could be crucial later on in the race, in this sprint race, for one lap 2 of 9. And let's look here, the DDG Panda go for a move on Feed Me Scotch. No, he doesn't. Too far back. But you can see some crazy moves. But now he does have the run. And a big run at that. Tornado Thunder retires in the pit lane, but nothing doing into the Lesmos for GGG Panda with his wing damage. Or maybe does he not have the setup with it. Look at this DRS train. From 4th down to 11th. It is. And nearly 12th. But now they go down towards Parabolic. It's sort of calm down here. So it's not horrific anymore. But the DRS will really make a difference. Who has the 0-0 wings? Let's see. Now let's really check what we're looking at here. They're going to go into turn 1. Not much action. There's a bit of contact here because now that's the Mercedes of Ash off and Tuesday making a big mistake. Pitter Patter goes through. So does MJW. Has to go on the grass just barely. There's a lot of slow going cars there. That's Ash going really slowly as well. That was ridiculous. But now they got illegal overtakes because they're letting everyone through. What has happened? Maybe it was because of the yellow flags there. That's given everyone a lot of illegal overtakes and has shuffled the field up a lot here. Tuesday has had a horrid sprint race so far, especially in his championship fight against Shizmer. Now let's look up here. Because this is Shizmer and DRS distance of Brick Brown, and yeah, no, he's not going to make that move there. But the back these drivers are willing to make moves. It's the Alpine of Ted versus Brian DeBruce, and he doesn't make the move. He is waiting. He's patient. Nicely done for patience. A for effort. But it doesn't look like Ash got a lot of patience. He's just had a horrid time on the last lap. But now, oh, this is a lot of patience here. Because that is Ted right past Brian DeBruce. Brian DeBruce doing a little of the DRS chicken, don't you think? Now let's look at the front here. Here comes Shizmer, closing into turn 1. When will the move come? He's going to go to the inside, going all the way to the inside, almost. Wheel banging there, but he's not able to get that move done. He backs out of it for now. Here's Ash on Brian DeBruce going into turn 1. Easy braking for the both of them, but a little bit of contact. PG Panda is going to retire in the pit lane. Now Ash going through on Brian, not being able to get through on Brian DeBruce just yet. So a little annoying there, but ooh, is he going to look for the move into the Del Roger chicane? No, nothing doing there, but ooh, look at this. This is a good battle here. Side by side all the way down to the Del Roger chicane for P13. And Feed Me Scotch gets the easy move because El Gentino backs out of it, but he's not going to back out this one. Going into the first Lesmo corner. They're side by side, but he is almost going to back out, but he slides it out. And, well, that was inevitably coming that one of them was going to lose out the traction. And that is going to be Feed Me Scotch in the barriers. And that is his sprint race definitely done. At that point, huge damage on the front of that car. And, well, that was just ridiculous, wasn't it? A little bit silly and a little sloppy there. Now, Brick Brown has DRS on Pigeon, as the medium tires backed off with drivers on hards now get their moment of shining and truth. Well, we'll figure that one out in just a second, but here comes MJW on Pitter Patter going into turn 1. Oh, and he's going to block the rears and lose the car and go spinning around, and that was definitely silly. And rejoining side by side with Tuesday, and Tuesday is now going to get in the grass, losing out a bit of traction there. And now they're going to be side by side through the Curva Grande. They're going to go down to the Del Roger chicane. Here comes Tuesday F1 for P10. That is the final points-paying position in the sprint race. It's 10 down to 1. And now MJW is going to lose about a bit of traction. They're still making contact between these two drivers. There's a lot of ridiculous contact here. Losing the throttle. Maybe turn on your assist, guys, because there should be no way you're doing all this. And a tier 4. Maybe you'd be doing a lot better if you had some assists on. If you're losing traction like that, or you're making mistakes like that in turn 1, you should definitely not be using ABS if you're going to lock your brakes like that in a league race. If you're not confident enough, then don't use it. Now here comes Brick Brown on the back of Pigeon. The White Bull getting passed by the Kick Sauber down in turn 1, and he's going to cut him off, and he's going to go into turn 1 in the lead of the race. Brick Brown is your new sprint leader on lap 6 of 9. Now here comes Ash on Brian DeBruce. Does he make the dive bomb? He's looking for it. He's not going to make it on the outside almost. He's going to make Brian DeBruce cut the corner. But nothing doing for Ash at this moment in time. So, big DRS train here and a lot of jostling around for positions for these drivers. But we're still waiting for if there will be any other drama in this race. And yeah, definitely the medium tires have dropped off because the hard of Brick Brown have come up to life. And he's warmed them up and he's gone straight past and away. 1.4 seconds for the lead of this race so far. Now as they go down to the Ascari chicane, let's look up here because this is a big battle here for P6 and a big DRS train a little bit. Actually, no, it's separated into 2 parts between these 4 drivers, but now does T-Doc put it into none? And no, he hasn't actually. But he saved a little bit more. Ted has saved a lot more, so Ted's gonna have a huge run here, and it won't even matter. Not even close as they go towards turn 1. Because T-Doc has nothing in the battery, and Ted has everything in the battery, and he can actually go into none and know that he's passed by the time they get to turn 1. So, easy move for the Alpine to go up into P6. And that was a little crucial, you know? Get it done then. Now we go to lap 7. And he can start to try and run away with his absolute ERS, because these drivers apparently do not know how to use most of their ERS, a lot of them. Crucially, because he doesn't know how to put it in 9. It's one of those drivers. And, anyways. Here's Ash chasing down Brian DeBruce. That is going to be Tuesday, who has found the barriers on his own, and a big crash there for one of the championship, in the championship, a big moment. Because Shizmer is going to get a big jump here on him. That is going to be 8 points. An 8-point swing towards Shizmer. And that, you know, that is big. Huge. Even. Can't get bigger than that. And his battle for 6th and 7th is going. It's just continuing. He's not changing his ERS mode. Does he know? This is really confusing me here. Oh, no, he does know. Because he's put it in none. And oh, no, wow, he's learning quick. Learning quick. For T-Dot. And now, he's aura burning. He's aura burning. He's burning on 0%. That is the dumbest thing you could be doing. And Ash is still not going to get past him, though. Not with a straight line speed and not with his ERS that he's got. Put it in none, Ash. Put it in none. You're in a corner. You don't need it. You don't need any ERS in the corner. You can save ERS by not burning in corners. Or not burning on every straight. You can save here. But no, he's going to go for the outside. He's going to be on the grass even. He's going to be on the grass even, and that was inevitable that he would go wide like that. And, big moment there for Ash. And now, Brian DeBruce is going to be right on the back of him, but Brian DeBruce is still burning. Ash is not burning, but they're both still on basically nothing in their batteries. They're still going to be side by side here in Parabolica. This is a good battle here to look at. Brian DeBruce now going around the outside here to defend his position, but can he actually make it happen? As they go down towards turn 1, they both have nothing in the battery, and Brian DeBruce only has the advantage of the DRS. And is going to turn 1, he's still ahead of Ash. Now guys, you can make huge moves here if you put it in. Alright, so I'm going to give you a big guide here. Put your ERS mode in none when you're going through chicanes and corners, you know, the curvy parts of the circuit, you know, the ones where you're not going straight. And then you gain tons and tons of ERS, you know, it's crazy, right? Oh my goodness. So crazy. Definitely never knew that. Anyways, look here, we got Ted chasing down Pitter Patter and T-Doc. And you know, Brian DeBruce also has the tire advantage at this point, as we are actually on the last lap of the sprint. I actually haven't realized that. So now, this is their last moment to make their moves done. So now, will MJW really look for it? Going into the Ascar chicane, he's going to back out of it so far. But now, let's look up here, because Brick Brown, who had the better tire strategy, and he had the better ERS strategy, and he's gone for the win in the sprint. It's 10 points going the way of Brick Brown. Pigeon gets P2, and Shizmer in P3. And that is a big swing in the championship, because I think he might get that penalty removed. But now here's Ted. He's going to get him on the line. And that was very nice for Ted to get Pitter Patter right on the line there. And a good drag race all the way. And now I think Shizmer is still going to be P3 because his 10-second time penalty could be removed if he did slow down because he did let everyone through. And maybe he did just go through the chicane. We'll have to look back on it. So, what a sprint race. We got a nice, good sprint race. Now we go on to the race, the real boring thing. Anyways, there's your results there. Let's look over here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. There you go. There you go. Well. So there's your results there for Brick Brown ahead of Pigeon, ahead of I'm Dr. B, no, ahead of Shizmer, then ahead of I'm Dr. B, and then Ted, and then Pitter Patter, and then T-Dog. Because Shizmer will probably get that penalty removed. Woohoo! Now we go on to qualifying. The real qualifying this time. This is a boring qualifying. It's 18 minutes of just sitting around. Yeah, my headphones are going to turn off instead on me. You know, let's get some music on here because I'm bored. Never mind, I'll get a GMC app. There we go. Yeah, nice, perfect.
Poor substance.
Perfect GMC ad.
Cause I'm getting tired of overthinking every move you make. And I can help you decide who you're loving now.
We're all in the pit still, so I mean, we're still waiting.
My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go.
Oh, we're gonna get Ted on track first. Ted will be our first one on the circuit.
If I should stay or be alone.
Just doing this for thumbnail real quick as Ted goes around slowly but surely. But anyways, now Ted, 15 minutes left in the session here. Anyways, here comes Ted around for his first lap. Now going down towards turn one. Here we go. There's a Mercedes getting out of the way. So now into turn one. Oh, it's a bit wide. It's a messy lap, and it's in the gravel, and all messy. And oh no, it's a kick Sauber instead of Brick Brown there, who's won the sprint actually. So very nicely there. That's a lap already over. But we got Tornado Thunder here, right behind, so he's going for a lap too. Doing those for thumbnail stuff. Anyways, Tornado Thunder here going through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Nice quick there, as you nicely done. As nicely as you can get it. That was quick there, so very good. Now burning. Anyway, Tornado Thunder with 14 minutes left in qualifying now. No one's gotten a lap done just yet, so he will be the first to really set a representative lap because the only one other of Ted did not do very good. So, anyways, now going around the Parabolica in the Ferrari home race for the Scuderia, of course. Anyways, now up to the line for Tornado Thunder. Well, it will be for the first representative lap of the session. It's a 120.1. So, that is your first lap so far. Now, our second most representative lap will be Feed Me Scotch right behind that. Up to the line for Feed Me Scotch. It's provisional pole with a 119.8. Now let's go behind. It's Ash on an owl lap, but then it's Shizmer now, coming through the Parabolica. Elgin Cheeto's gonna retire from the session. Maybe he has a qualifying ban or something. Shizmer, who I think at this point is probably leading the standings, is a 119.8 for the pole position. Provisional pole as it stands. T-Doc goes up to P4 with 1.6 seconds off of that one. Risers is the only McLaren now on circuit, so he is going for a lap time, which is 4th fastest. Now, Brian DeBruce got a good toe after that one, actually, as he goes into turn 1. MJW went 7th. It's an Alpine 6-7. Oh, Gavin. Anyways, god damn it. Screw you, Stranger Things ad. Anyways, EG Panda goes up to P7, and then the other Kickstabber comes into the pit lane instead. Pitter Patter goes 3rd with it's a Haas 2-3, and they are both within the 10th and a half of the race. They're basically within a 10th of the fast time so far. Now we got Ash. Up to the line for Ash. What will it be? P4 for Ash, so it's close qualifying here for the top 5. Top 5 separated by 0.4 of a second. Brian DeBruce has validated his lap, as he was doing in the sprint qualifying session, of course, as we saw earlier. So, these drivers will mostly should be in the pit, are coming into the pit lane. Yeah. But we got Pigeon here to save us from boredom, because he is on an outlap and he's just come out of the pit lane. Gotta love my Rocket League ass music. Now, as much as I would love to yell, and as much as I would love to be screaming, it is 9 p.m. here on the Eastern Coast, so we'll be a little bit more dialed down, but as much as I can yell, I will. Hey, if the wind picks up, then maybe we get toasty comms here, or toasty resembling toasty comms. Shizmer actually was on a lap, and he improves his pole lap time to continue on provisional pole with a 119.678. 6-7. And he remains there. Now let's look at Pigeon here, the other Red Bull, using a different livery, the White Bull. Can Pigeon put it on pole position for the real race? He started P2 in the sprint, so let's see what he can do. Now bringing a decent amount down into the first corner here. It was pretty good there. A little bit weird. You could say a little bit tighter than you might wanted it to be in turn 2, but still good. And now he goes through the Curva Grande and towards the Del Rogers chicane. Getting on the brakes and getting through the Del Rogers chicane quickly. And now into first Lesmo, throwing the car into the corner, and that was really good there. And now into the second Lesmo, holding the momentum, and just barely, kind of missing the apex, but still pretty good there. But now that holds the momentum upwards of 200 miles an hour down the hill and up the hill, under the tunnel, where the banking is. and then through the Ascar chicane here for the White Bull car. Now it's down towards Parabolica, this long stretching straight, the second longest straight on the track. Actually, I think it might be the third. Whatever it is still a very, very long straight compared to others. And now it's up to the line. It's provisional pole with a 1:19.1 for Pigeon. It's a Red Bull 1-2 here in qualifying so far, and a nice lap there for Pigeon to put himself at the top of the field so far. Now it's like a Brian DeBruce here for his first lap of the session. Getting on the brakes, a little bit of a lockup there, but now it's a little slow, very slow through turns 2, the second part of the chicane, but you know, it's tier 4, so what the hell do you expect? Now, we're gonna look at Ted. Nope, Ted is invalid. So, actually, you know what, let's look at Brick Brown here, because got pole position there in the sprint. Can he do anything good? It's the fastest second sector there for the Kick Sauber. Now, as he goes down towards the parabolic corner, turn 11, in the third sector, will this be pole position lap for Brick Brown? Can he do it? As now he comes around the Parabolica and up to the line, this famous circuit. Will it go to Red Bull or Kick Sauber? It going to Kick Sauber so far, 18-7. First one into the 18s in this qualifying, not in the session. No, they did it in sprint qualifying, but he's the first for, well, this session to do that. And there was a nice, clean lap there. Brian DeBruce goes P8 on it with his Racing Bulls. He got the lap in and 1.4 seconds off the fastest time so far. Let's look at anyone on laps now. We got T-Doc here. Coming around through the Ascar chicane. That was pretty decent as you could want it to be in Tier 4. Now going down towards the Parabolica. Getting the car, throwing it in a little bit wide. Kind of missing where you want to be, but it's still good and still holding the momentum as it goes up to the line. It's going to be in the 120s. It's going to be still P9 for T-Dot. Actually, was he P9 before? I don't even remember. I don't even know at this point. Let's look at Tuesday. This is a crucial one to see in a moment. And it'd be so much better if I could see. We have 6 minutes to go, actually, so that's still good. And it was 2 steps in line. This is a crucial one in the World Championship. What will it be? It's P4 and behind his rival by only 0.02 of a second. And now that is a close qualifying here between those two. Look how close it is from P3 to P6. Those 4 cars here are really close. And now Feed Me Scotch is not on a lap, I don't think. Yeah, no, definitely not. MJW goes up to P8. So nicely done there. ZDG Panda goes up to P8 to take down MJW from that position there. Now we got Risers. I think he's starting a lap here. We just messed up the last lap. Yeah, no, he is starting a lap. There's going to be T-Doc into the pit lane. There's going to be MJW off the circuit. He's trying to get out the way of some of these drivers. Anyways, let's look at Risers as he goes through the first sector. Pretty nice through the first chicane. Now burning a little bit. You don't really want to do this one. Actually, no, it's pretty good. Now down into the Del Raja chicane. He's 400ths up on his previous time, which isn't enough for anything yet, but we'll see what he does further. Come on, Soul, this is your driver, dude. Hope he does good. And he's going through these corners there. Nicely done in the Lesmos. A little bit of a lockup, but still good. Now down towards the Ascar chicane. What can it be for Risers in the Ascar chicane? How's he doing in the second sector? He's 6/10 up. It's enough to put him in P12 so far. And that is enough for him, I could bet. In this Tier 4 session. Now down towards the Parabolica we go. Now can he hold this lap together very well? Up to the line for Raj, what can it be? Can he go up to the top 10? No, he can't, but it's P12 and it's an improvement nonetheless. We've got Shizmer starting a lap, or still on a lap actually. He's up on his time. Not enough to make a difference, but still improving your time is improving your time nonetheless. So we've got Ted who's going up to P9. At the back of the field there, we got Brick Brown who's actually on a lap now as well. And I am tired, man, and I need water. Ooh, no! T-Doc! What has he done? What did you do? You got a 5-place grid penalty for making contact with another car in qualifying, and as he ruined someone's lap. And oh, that is not good for these drivers. What is going on in qualifying? Here in Tier 3, Ted going off the circuit, coming out, ooh, nearly into Ash. And this is ridiculous. As Shizmer went up to P3 in that time. We've got Pigeon here. Or no, he stays P3, but he's improved his time to a better one by 3/10. Now here comes Pigeon. Can it be pole? No. But he improves by 700s, and you know you can back off and go again if there's enough time. We could wish we could see if there was enough time. That is Rises in the gravel. And this is Brick Brown coming up to the end of his lap, but did he get held up? Because these drivers are really pushing each other around. We're not going to have time to finish qualifying here, so whatever's in the pits, whatever. As now here comes Ash to start his lap. And there's also Pitter Patter. He's got a bit of a toe from it as well, but no, not really. Anyways, Ash currently going around. I think Brick Brown has some really good odds here for pole, because unless Pigeon gets around for another lap and can improve by those 3/10s, it seems pretty confirmed. Here, it's a big gap, and Ash is not up on his time either. So, not a lot doing there for Ash. We'll look back on this one in a second. But we got Tuesday coming around, and he is a few hundredths up on his... Oh my god. Jeez. Louise on New Year's Eve. Basically, it's basically New Year's Eve. So yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Ooh, no, that is an invalid lap time for Tuesday. And that is, unless he can, stop burning. Stop burning. Put it in none. And see if you can make it back, dude. Otherwise, you're an idiot. Ooh, no, Pigeon's in the pit, so that is it for him. Pitter Patter has actually put himself in the P3, so he's already good and done and dusted. Tuesday, what are you doing? Tuesday. Tuesday, man. Just give it up. Wrap it up. Ooh, here's Shizmer going for... He's aura burning. He's aura burning. He's burning on 0. Anyways, he's going to go into Parabolica here. Around Parabolica, and now burning the rest of what he can. Up to the line. Is it an improvement for Shizmer? Is it a better lap time? It's only by 100th of a second, and that is it for Shizmer. What about Brian DeBruce? He's invalidated his lap time, so he's done. What about Ash? Ash is not on a lap time. He's 3/10. He's 3 seconds off. And yeah, no, that's definitely not a lap time. Who else is on a lap? Anyone else? No. So that's it. That's it for qualifying. No, ZG Panda is. Can ZG Panda do anything? It's P4. Ooh, nice. Kick Sauber, 1-4. Nice done. And Pigeon and Pitter Patter on a sub sandwich. Anyways, MJW goes P12 and stays P12. He's not able to improve on his time. It's Brick Brown on pole position for the Italian Grand Prix. It's Pigeon in P2, Pitter Patter P3, and Panda, and ZDG Panda in P4, and Shizmer P5. Tuesday's going to be P6. Those two rivals on the same row of the grid. Then next it's Ash, who's going to end off qualifying here for us. No, he's not. Actually, no, Shizmer will. Then it's T-Doc, Tornado Thunder, Feed Me Scotch, Ted, MJW, Brian DeBruce, Risers, I'm Dr. B, and Elgin Cheeto. But actually, T-Doc has a 5-place grade penalty, so it'll be, well, him drop down to 5 place. Oh, fuck you for going in the pits. Just go to the line, man. Really? Making me wait, dude. Making me wait. How dare you? Screw you. I don't like you now. You know, I thought I liked you. Yo, anyways, I'm gonna put on some music and I'm gonna go get some water. What the fuck is this camera?
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out apart. Was never me who was bringing you down.
Let's talk strategy here. Hard tires for most of the grid. Some drivers opting for the medium tires. This one's a 2-stop with the tire wear that I bet these drivers are going to be having. Definitely. Maybe a 3-stop with some of these guys. So, obviously we have to wait until they ready up. Until the call is made. But anyways, most of the grid opting for the hard tires. These 16 cars, some drivers going for the mediums. They'll be having a bit of a pace advantage at the start, but and it looks like the penalty for T-Doc was from him hitting Feed Me Scotch. So, did that ruin Feed Me Scotch's final runs? Who knows? Ooh, more drivers opting for the mediums. Brick Brown and Pigeon now are going to the medium tires. So yeah, you know, that was pretty good. Oh, a lot more drivers going for the mediums now. We got Shizmer Tuesday, Ted and MJW going for it as well. So let's look on in a bit for when this race starts, when we get to the green light to get going. Oh, and someone has just readied up instead. So here we go. 5 red lights. The Italian Grand Prix. We are go, go, go. Brick Brown gets a good start. Pigeon gets a good start as well, though. Pigeon on already alongside Brick Brown as they go down the long stretch to turn 1. We got a yellow flag already. That's a recarb at the back going all the way wide. Brick Brown keeps the lead this time ahead of Pigeon. Pitter Patter's going up the inside for turn 2. There's a big pile up at the back. There's a huge pile up at the back. One of the Ferraris backwards as well. There's no way we don't get a safety car for this one because that is Tornado Thunder in the barriers. And now we go up to through into the Del Raj chicane. Pitter Patter is ahead of Pigeon and Shizmer as well, trying to get past his teammate. There's a huge gap in the field as we've got plenty of drivers who got caught up in that. ZG Panda looking for the move on Tuesday, but he's not able to do good. He dropped down a few positions. He's going to make contact with the Mercedes of Ash as well as they go into the second Lesmo. Good fighting there between these two as we go towards the back now. These drivers got all caught up in that pile up there, but CDG Panda is gonna try to hold on to this one, but now they're side by side at the back. Brian DeBruce, and I'm Dr. B going side by side in the Escar chicane, and he's not able to do it, but Dr. B's going to go a little bit wide, but Brian DeBruce is still not going to be able to get that one done. Now, holy crap, that was a pile up and a half, and we don't have any intervention for it, though. But now here comes Pigeon on Pitter Patter. He's got the better wings. He's burning just a little bit more. And now, as we go into turn one, we look at the tires of most of the grid on mediums. One soft tire runner. Brian DeBruce gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But now, as these drivers go side by side for the lead of this race, it's Pigeon side by side with Brick Brown down through the Curva Grande. Now Pigeon is going to maybe take the lead as they go to the Del Rossi chicane. There's good fighting here on the second lap. Pigeon takes the lead of the race. Pitter Patter's going to go down the inside. He's going to make contact. Tuesday's up to P3. Tornado Thunder's DNF'd in the pit lane. But now they swarm around each other because Shizmer gets past Pitter Patter as well. Pitter Patter made a lunge down the inside and it's cost him big. Now we go towards the Scar chicane. That's Ash off the track. And that'll leave the door open for ZDG Panda, who's closing, going to the inside. What will this be for Panda? He's not going to make that move done. Too risky. He's going to go a bit wide as well with Riders. And Ted were going side by side for a second as well. But now look at this DRS train down towards turn one. And obviously ghosting's off in this league, so obviously those pileups can happen and will happen eventually. But now here's Tuesday with the better straight line speed. Goes right past Brick Brown. Now here comes Shizmer as well. Maybe. But no, not enough. But now Brick Brown's actually going to go to the inside of Tuesday. They're going to really push each other off. They're going to both go off. He's going to push him off the circuit. Shizmer's going to go through. The Red Bulls goes on to the podium places. Now fighting Tuesday to make it a Red Bull 1-2. Shizmer and these two championship rivals side by side through the Curva Grande. He's aura burning as they go to none. And now Tuesday, going into the chicane, has lost that second position, but he's still in P3 now. And the Kickstoppers have been relegated down to 6th and 7th, and from their pole and 4th. Now we go to the second overtaking zone under the American Express boards. And this has already become an amazing race with a pile-up and a bunch of battling. Yes, please. Speedy, you're doing good. Nicely done here for these drivers as they're still going along, and that is Pitter Patter, who has found the barriers. He's reset the circuit, which is dangerous, and that might bring him a big penalty. Ellen Cheetah's gonna get past him as well, and T-Doc is closing up towards the back of him. But now they go down towards turn one. Here comes CG Panda on Ash, and he's gonna get that move. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But now with the front, these two championship rivals are gonna swap their positions as well under DRS and in the braking zone. Anyways, let's look here. Tuesday's lost out to Pigeon DRS, but Shizmer's still following. There was no way we didn't get an intervention for that pileup, but we're still going. And it's still going to stay green until something bigger happens. Shizmer's now going to go to the inside, going into the Scar chicane. He's going to make the move, and Tuesday's going to back out of that. He's wiser to know that he shouldn't go for that big. That's going to be Brick Brown almost going... He's going way off the circuit. There's already a 3S for Ash as well. Now we're going to go down towards Parabolica. These two are side by side. Almost going side by side, but Tuesday backed out of it before they got to that point. Shizmer now going to go off the circuit. Tuesday's going to get the DRS. And now we're going to fly down towards the first corner. Tuesday gets the DRS. He's already passed. Way past. This is going to leave Shizmer open to Brick Brown. Does Brick Brown make the dive? No, nothing doing there. As they actually kind of stack up. My bad for that voice crack. Now they go through the Curva Grande. No one's side by side this time around. And thank God they aren't, because I was getting scared that one or two of them was gonna go flying into the barriers at high speed because of this. But no, Ash is gonna go and cut the entire corner. And what the heck are you doing? Because that was ridiculous. And you locked up the brakes and has cut the entire corner there. And it's a 10-second time penalty for Ash. And I wonder if he's going to get that reduced or removed after the race. I think he will. And the Kick Saubers here are going to go side by side. They're going to swap positions. Brick Brown lets pass EG Panda into the Ascari chicane. Actually, Brick Brown's going to make the mistake there. So I wonder if they swapped or if they just didn't fight each other. Were they really trying? Or was the other just going for it? Are they working together, or is this a real battle here? But now Shizmer is on the back of Tuesday with the DRS. But he's still in none. Brick Brown's going to get a 10S for speeding in the pit lane. So that is making this race that's going a little pretty bad even worse for Brick Brown. Now lap 6 of 27. We have already had plenty of action, and the field is already split up pretty big. And what battles we have already had. What a race we've already had. But now through the Del Raja chicane, we're still just waiting. Anything that'll happen here. And I wonder when Chad is really going to make a part, because I bet the tire wear on these mediums are huge for some of these drivers. Especially in lower tiers. The lower your tiers go, the worse your tire saving gets, and the worse some of the driver standards get, as we've already seen. That might have been a cut there for Shizmer. Oh my god, this is so painful, dude. As a tier 1 driver, oh my goodness. I'm like, this is like, just watching how they go into these corners, it's just like, it's scary, dude. Just how how slow they go. I'm just thinking, like, this is like, I would be crying if this was me. Anyway, Shizmer's burning, but is he close enough? No. He's close enough to almost go in the back of it. And that was really close there as well, actually. But no, that's going to be... Oh, Pandas has hooked it on the curb. And was there a big mistake there for the Kick Sauber now? Rises up to P6 as they go into the Curva Grande. And he's had a good race so far. Let's still look back at these two title rivals here. As they're going to go side by side in the Lesmos. No, he's wise enough to not make that move. But now, Tuesday gets a bit wide. There's a bit of contact between them going into the Lesmo. Next, it's going to be Tuesday going a bit wide now. Again, Shizmer still side by side with him. They're going to both activate the DRS. No, they won't. Shizmer doesn't, is going to get it. Tuesday obviously doesn't. But now, going into Ascari, it's Shizmer finally ahead of Tuesday. And we're actually going to look back here because this is a three-way battle for P5. Here's going to be ZDG Panda going around the outside now. And it was a very nice move, bold move, brave move for ZDG Panda. And he's up to P6. Now he's chasing down Ted for P5. And we'll look up at the front now for Tuesday and Shizmer. How are these guys going? Tuesday's going to be in the pits. Tuesday retreats back into the pit lane. So does Ash. These drivers are already seeing their tires be dead. 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is really unfortunate. Riser stays out as well. DG Pan is going to reap the benefits of that DRS that he's going to get. And how did these drivers come out compared to others? Anyways, we're going to look over here. Here comes Bitter Patter almost going into the back of Ash as he goes down the inside of Brian DeBruce. That was really close racing there. But now they're going to be side by side to the Curva Grande. Almost, nah, he's going to back out of that one. But now he's got almost no ERS in the battery. Ash is going to be following them closely. Ash currently has a 10-second time penalty for cutting the corner. This corner as well. Oh, that is really early braking. He's gonna, and what a fake that! Oh my goodness, these drivers are really inexperienced. You can already tell. As they go into the Lesmos, Brian DeBruce got really wide there. Compared it to Ash. And, well, we're looking up at the front again because these two are going side by side. T-Doc and Brick Brown. Brick Brown, who was the pole sitter in this race, is going to go around the outside, and a nice move there. At the back here, we have side by side going into... Okay, so that was interesting. Anyways, did Ash just hop into the AI mode? Or is he... Okay, Ash is lagging. Ash's we all fall down. And that is... Wow, she was still just falling down the order here. Anyways, Dr. B's going to get past MJW for the... up into P10. Points are down to 12th, by the way. If anyone doesn't know. If you didn't already know that. Well. Anyways, we're looking up the front here. This is a good battle here. Brick Brown, Elgin Cheeto, and T-Doc. Nah, T-Doc's a bit too far behind, but Brick Brown and Elgin Cheeto. This is a good battle here. Can he make it himself get past? Inevitably, he's got plenty of ERS in the battery to do it. It just depends. It's just a matter of when and where. And it's not into Ascari. So now you have Pigeon is coming to the pit lane. And the Red Bull's going to double stack. Or does Shizmer know what he's doing? He's going to stay out another lap. Anyways, that's Brick Brown getting past the Ferrari of Elgin Cheeto. But that is going to be Elgin Cheeto trying to go past and losing the car a little bit as well for good measure. Now, the top 3 and 6th and 7th place are the only drivers who haven't pit. Now, actually, that's going to reverse because Elgin Cheeto's going to get a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Here's Tuesday and T-Doc going side by side. That's the second person for T-Doc to get... that T-Doc is going to get passed by while they all try to bring themselves back through the field after their pit stops. And these tires are not lasting a lot of laps for these drivers. And here's Pitter Patty closing. He's closing. And is it enough to make the dive bomb? No. But he's going to scare Ash just a little bit wider there than Ash would have wanted. But he's going to slide himself out of the corner, and it was all for nothing. Ooh. Anyways. Here they go to the Curva Grande and towards the Del Rogers chicane. Now, let's do a little bit of strategy talks. Now, some of these drivers have pit very early here. Whoa, actually, no, never mind, because Ash goes over the curb, and that is Pitter Patter getting an easy move past the Mercedes driver. And Ash has left the session. And... actually, no, I think he's manually left. Has Ash. And now that'll be Brian DeBruce past Ash as well. Anyways, DD Japan takes over the lead of the race. He hasn't pit yet off of his hard, and Shizmer's now coming out of the pits. Now, how does Shizmer do against Tuesday? Does the undercut work for Tuesday? It does beautifully. And Shizmer's going to come out in plenty of clear air here. And now Pigeon's going to get past Reiser's, Tuesday's teammate. Does Reiser defend, though, is the question. He kind of does. He's trying to make the move on the inside. Will he make it? No. And yeah, a lot slower than Pigeon, because Pigeon's already off into the distance in his newer tires. And, of course, being the fast driver in general. I think Ash has just permanently left the session here on his own. Now, Brick Brown's closing in on Rogers as well. And this is for P3, of course. And we've already had a really good race here. And it's still just kind of getting better. And I'm still kind of shocked we haven't had any safety car intervention or anything else besides that. Because, I mean, this is pretty wonderful, actually. We get plenty of green flag racing and running here. Now imagine we did Jetta with these drivers. Now that would be awful. Actually, we will be doing Jetta with these drivers on January 12th. Good luck then. Good luck then. So that's interesting. Anyways, Riser's there. CG Panda's finally in the pit lane. He's come out of the pit lane now. Behind, I'm Dr. B. So, he's going to have a little bit of work to do against this Mercedes. If he can get it stopped. What the fuck is that? Anyways. CG Panda now. How early does he want to make the move? Anyways, Panda now close to Dr. B, obviously on newer mediums. This is obviously going to be a two-stopper for Panda. And I bet he'll be going to another set of mediums later. If he has any, that is. But now going past I'm Dr. B, very tight there. That Dr. B made it though, but he did just let him right through. And well, there's an easy move for CDG Panda. And now we're just looking at drivers going through. Past each other, easily and done. And Reichers is now in the pit lane, finally. And now MJW and Brian DeBruce are the only drivers who are still left to pit. And now Reichers is going to come out of the pit lane. And where is he going to come out? Near. Now here comes I'm Dr. B back on CDG Panda. Going into turn 1. And it was an easy move for I'm Dr. B as long as Panda gets it stopped. But Dr. B going to get a bit wide. Oh, now they're just going to stack up on each other. And what could have been a great switchback ended up just being an embarrassment. Ooh, and Brian DeBruce had to have a little battle with Rajers on the exit of the pit lane. Very quickly there. And Panda's going to be really frustrated here, being held up behind I'm Dr. B. Because, of course, I mean, well, he's on the new mediums. He could be the fastest driver on the circuit, and he's stuck behind this car here. And, well, now he's not going to be stuck behind this car because he's going to get past him, going on straight down to Ascari. Under the tunnel, he will be, or under the bridge, he will be up into P6. Now here comes Pitter Patter on MJW, and will MJW make it more of a fight than Dr. B did for ZG Panda? He does. And ooh, Pitter Patter is going to make a big mistake there. And now this will leave MJW to get right back past. And it was nicely done, and a lot of patience for MJW to hold on to this position, but he won't hold on to it for long, because of course there's a DRS right here, which Dr. B will be taking nice advantage of. He'll fly right past. And MJW still sped in the pit lane. That looks slow as hell. And he still did it. Ooh, here's a little battle here. Because Panda is actually going to battle him now. Out of the pits. No, out of turn 2. And now, side by side through the Curva Grande. Here we go. Finally, it's going to be Panda around the outside here. But Dr. B has the tighter line. And is still helping. But no, Panda still is passed. And easy going there, and can he run away as quick as possible? But no, he's going to make a mistake. So now, Dr. B will still be on the back of him, and Dr. B's going to get DRS again here, and they both. Panda has used a lot of VRS doing this, and Dr. B has plenty of VRS in the batter. Oh my goodness! Now that was the worst stutter I've ever done this week. Anyway, so we still have had pile-ups. We've had a pile-up, we've had plenty of racing, and we had no safety car intervention. What is going on at Monza? Because we're just having back and forth racing here just every so often. And, well, it's still just going on and going. Kind of boring, don't you think? You could call this the fastest IRL race ever if it wasn't Tier 4. If it was Tier 1, then it would definitely be the fastest one. Because this has gone really quickly. Oh, but there's going to be a really close for Shizmer all the way up to the back here of Tuesday. And, well, now this is the battle for these two title rivals here. As we're closing in on the end of the season quickly, he's going to be going to the outside in the kink, and he's going to be right past the McLaren. And a very easy move for Shizmer. as they go through Ascari. Now, and Shismer is on newer hard tires. Tuesday's on old mediums now. Definitely old. Here comes Panda on the inside, and now I don't know why you wouldn't just stick yourself in a normal place there and not have fought in that. Not have tried to go for any inside move there because you've just really ruined yourself. But now they're going to be side by side as they go to Parabolica. Why are you making the move? It's ridiculous there though, because you're just compromising yourself a bit more. But now these two are going to go side by side through turns 1 and 2, and now towards the Curva Grande. But Shismer's going to get the better exit and get the best out of him. And look at that. Yep, Dr. B right past. And this battle for P6 and 7 is just really going along because none of them can just figure out how to get past each other and not deal with DRS on the next straight. I think the only way to end this battle is by them just crashing into each other, but I mean, that's not going to happen anytime soon, will it? Anyways, we're going to go into the second sector here for these two drivers. In this this is the curviest part of the track, of course. And, well, we're still just waiting. And now, here comes ZGG Panda, and he's going to get right past, and Dr. B's just going to save his ERS. Because there's no reason in fighting it, because he'll be right back past in another moment's time. Rick Brown's going to be in the pits, that's crucial. We got Brian DeBruce closing in on Ash's AI, and he's going to go right down the inside, and, well, Ash's car is an AI, so that was the easiest thing of all time. Now, Tuesday's also in the pits as well, and they're going to lose out to these two drivers. Dr. B, who is not as close to ZGG Panda on this one, and ZG Panda is going to try to make the move. Dr. B is going to be a little bit compromised in his line, but now ZG Panda still gets a better exit, but still not able to make any use of it. But Brick Brown is going to be in the barriers. Out of the pit lane, he lost control of his car, and that is a race ruin for the Kick Sauber, who was on the front row. Actually, no, was the pole sitter, and now is wing damage, and yeah, that's a race ruin there, and definitely a race over for him at this stage. Unless we get any intervention, then that would save him dearly. Here comes Panda past, Dr. B again, and well, he's gonna be easy move in this Ascari, and he's gonna get done on this next straight. Not a huge amount of action here, as the field is very separate, and these two are just the only ones making side by side, and they're not even going side by side. They're just swapping around every so often. But I think here he might be a bit far. No, he won't. He's gonna be perfectly within distance. But he is closing. No, I think they will have to actually fight this one out here in a turn 1. ZG Panda, no, he backs out again. Oh, but actually, he's going to get a side-by-side here. He's going to get a better run with the switchback. And now he's going to go to the outside of the Curva Grande. And, well, nothing doing there. Risers let his teammate pass. Tuesday F1 goes straight into P6. Oh, but now Dr. B gets a bit wide. Panda is not able to get the move done, though. Unfortunately for our action-loving eyes. Just hurry up and kill each other already. Here comes Panda to the inside! And that was a bit closer this time around. For the liking. And now Dr. B has a big gap to him. He's got to pull it back just a little bit. You can burn down this straight, dude, because you're out of DRS. Yeah, get burning. Burn more, dude. You got plenty. You have plenty. You're out of DRS now at this point. And well, that battle's over, and now we are back to having nobody within DRS distance of each other. Ken's going to be in the pits, and oh, Dr. B's actually coming into the pits, so it didn't even matter. We could have at least... Okay, whatever. Tuesday F1 is going to go up to P4 now. as they chase down other drivers. I have no idea what these drivers' strategies are because they're so weird with it. All right, Panda. Anyways, only MJW is within. DRS isn't of Dr. B, who should come out of the pit, so it'll be miles faster than MJW. We will get DRS. This will help MJW just a little bit now. Sorry, I was just like typing in the Discord real quick. So actually join the Discord in the pinned chat, and also the description. You can join the Discord if you aren't already in it. To get racing here in Intrepid Racing League. We've got 4 tiers depending on your pace. This is tier 4, and obviously it gets faster from here up to esports drivers. The quickest of the quickest sometimes. Sometimes. And now Pigeon is lapping Ash's AI. Gonna give him a nice dose of DRS as well. For good measure. For very good measure. And he can come out ahead of ZG Panda if he pits now, actually. Very far ahead of ZG Panda. It's an easy Red Bull 1-2 here so far. And Dr. B closing in on Brick Brown, who has found the barriers earlier on his own, coming out of the pit lane on the main straight. It was a very scary moment there. If anyone had ended up hitting him because they weren't paying attention or something, who knows what could have happened there. But now, Dr. B still closes. Ooh, that's a 3-second time limit for Dr. B as well. So really unfortunate there for him. But now we're going to go down. We actually have a bit of a train kind of forming. We've got a little close section of the track here. This is from P6. By the way, from this guy all the way down to this guy, this is P5 down to P12. And the Red Bulls are coming around to lap them anytime soon. Unless they pit. But now here comes Dr. B on Brick Brown. He was going back and forth with another kick Sauber earlier, and now, well, he's passed both kick Saubers, or might go side by side with each other in just a moment's time, because one of them gets a really bad exit here. Now, Panda and Brick Brown, what do? They do team order, swap around the other one that's just come out of the pits with new mediums. Is going to make it to the end easy. So will Brick Brown, but Brick Brown's going to come back at him, actually. Brick Brown down into the second chicane. Gets a nice, easy move. But now Dr. B is going to come back at him because Brick Brown got the wing damage. And I wonder if Brick Brown should just let his teammate through because he's got wing damage. Let your teammate through. Don't hold him up. And let him go for Dr. B for the Constructors' Championship battles that they might be having. It's good points. And it's worth it. And yeah, see there. He's let him through, but not without a little bit of damaging in that. But now CG Panda and Dr. B are back to their old ways of fighting out for this P5 position. So now, I wonder if G-Doc's tires are going to make it to the end. Probably hopes they can. But the tire weight here is immense. And also probably for these drivers as well. Oh my goodness, my headphones turned off. But now here comes CG Panda, closing, burning everything he can. They're both burning. They're both burning, but now into turn 1, is Panda going to make a move? No, not close enough. Kind of jumps the curb as well, though. But now, this is a forming DRS train as MJW might be catching up in a little bit. If they do fight. But now Panda is still closing on Dr. B as much as he can, and they're both closing on T-Doc. So they're gonna have to both push their way through against against T-Doc when they get around him. Will Dr. B make the move here, though? Is the question. And it's a good question at that. Or will Panda be looking for the move? I don't even know why you're trying to go to the inside. You're just compromising your line. Because you're no way, in no way, going to be making that move anytime soon. But now he's burning. He's putting in none, actually. Never mind. But now, there's going to be a three-way battle for this P5. A four-way battle, actually. ZG Panda is going to go really wide here. Out of the Parabolica. But now, the two Kick Sours, the Mercedes, and the Williams are all going to be fighting this one for P4. Because, well, they are. But now, does ZG Panda make a dive bomb? He does, and it's not enough. And he's going to compromise his line just a little bit, and this is going to compromise him against Dr. B. Because now he's going to want to get past this Williams as quick as possible, as soon as possible, ASAP. Try and go around the inside, the outside, pick your poison. And he's not able to do either. Now over here, we got a little bit of battles here. Brick Brown's going to get a 3-second penalty for cutting. And those are your penalties so far. Interesting stuff there. Oh my god, and Panda can't just find something out, and that is Feed Me Scotch in the barriers. And losing a bit more of his wing, and that is not the first time he has been in the barriers. This time around, El Cheeto is going to be in the wall. We have a full safety car out on the circuit as EG Panda just gets past T-Doc. And now this is big news. To end this race off, this is save T-Doc. With how old his tires are, the Red Bulls are not going to be liking this one. It's a Scuderia disaster in Italy at their home race. And why is T-Doc stayed out? No! There should be no reason he's staying out. Oh, man. He has really screwed himself over with this one. And he's got a... Oh, he's hit him and he's got a 10-second time penalty, which might get removed. Now, I'm betting, with how much time we have left, not everyone is going to make it to the safety car line. Wow. Now, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one, a big one at that. Now, why are you going so slow? Is the Delta that bad? And what is happening to Shizmer? Oh, he had a 10-second time penalty. But it's still going to be fine. But now Ash's AI is going to get in the way. Between the Red Bulls. It's going to be between the Red Bulls. And I think Deltas are affecting these drivers as well. So, yeah, this is crucial stuff here. Because they're going to be pushing to catch up. And T-Doc's still not in the pit lane. Now, what are you doing? And this should be his holy grail, and he hasn't hit. So, wow. Wow. Just, what are you doing, man? It's just stupid. It's stupid. Stupid, I tell you. And now, dude, there's no way some of these drivers are making to the safety car. Pigeon only has medium tires, so he's not going to be liking this. But, of course, some of these drivers do have And now, you know, Shizmer's not going to be liking this, because look how slow that AI is going. And that's ridiculous. How slow that AI is going. So, ooh, and is he able to pass him? Can he? Is he allowed? Or will he be given a penalty? Who knows? I think he's just been let pass. Wow. Now that is extraordinary, and that has helped him out a lot compared to Tuesday. So I think they are on equal penalties. They are. So, actually, this could affect them really big. They're going to be dropping now. Shizmer's not going to be liking this. Pitter Patter's got a 3S under safety car. These drivers are running out of fuel here, actually. And, oh, the safety car was in! The safety car was in! Nobody made the safety car! Wait, what? No way I wasn't paying attention to this. But now we got Pitter Patter going around the outside here. And on Brian DeBruce, we have 2 laps to go. And, well, we got plenty of racing action to go. But the field has been separated instead. I wasn't even paying attention, and the safety car was in. I thought we were going to all be able to catch up, but no, we ran out of laps for it. But now we're going on. We got 2 laps to go. Can Tuesday catch a 7-second gap on while he's on the soft tires in that much time? I don't think he can. Not without, well, much difficulty. They're both on soft tires, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, look, there's like not many battles here except for Pitter Patter and Brian DeBruce. But they have a separation in penalties. But dude, I don't think they care. Just fight, 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 please. I want action. And he doesn't get the DRS. Come on. Come on, man. Really? Really, man? Really? Really? Really had to do that? But now some of these drivers are on soft, some of them aren't, so you could think that some of the drivers who didn't pit are having a good time here. But now, we'll look at Pigeon here, who is on the final lap, and Pigeon is going to come around from second place on the grid to the win. Pigeon wins the Italian Grand Prix. It's a Red Bull 1-2. And what a race to win for Pigeon. And here's Shizmer to win. To get P2. My bad. Shizmer gets P2. And Tuesday, he gets P3. And it's a win for Shizmer in the championship battle here. The championship leader continues his lead. And Pigeon here wins the Italian Grand Prix. Ted is going to get a nice P4. T-Doc in P5 for a very good result. Riser's P6. We got a bit battling here. Brian DeBruce is out of juice in his car. And that's going to be Phoebe Scotch right past him. Does Brick Brown get him as well? I don't think so. And I think he'll be able to get this one across the line before Brick Brown gets to him. But it's Pigeon who wins with a Red Bull. It's a Red Bull 1-2. An amazing day for Red Bull. Look at that. It's a good win for Pigeon. An All-American podium, of course, in IRL. And what a race. The Tifosi have a shit race. And, well, there you go. Anyways, so look here. It's Pigeon who wins the race out of Shizmer, Tuesday, Ted, T-Doc, Risers, CG Panda, Dr. B, MJW, Pitter Patter, Speedy Scotch, Brian DeBruce, Brick Brown, Ash, Ellen Ginchito, and Tornado Thunder. And, well, I mean, there you go. Good race there at the start, and good race at the end, and, well, an exciting one at that. So we'll see you next time out. For something else. Tier 2 on Saturday at the same track, same racing, same rules. See you then. Have a good one. Bye. Actually, wait, no, I need race director. Anyways, from the IRL team, thank you for watching the first ever IRL stream on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next one on Twitch, probably. See you then. Goodbye.